You are listening to Forestry in Focus Weekly News for the latest breaking news in Nova Scotia's forestry community. Welcome to this week's Forestry in Focus. Story one, we're going to be talking about the U.S. Section 232 tariffs. As of October 15th, the U.S. government's decision to impose Section 232 tariffs on Canadian timber, lumber, and derivative products has taken place. The Forest Products Association of Canada, otherwise known as FPAC, is deeply concerned as these unjustified measures will threaten the livelihood of more than 200,000 Canadians and cities that depend on the forestry sector, harm forestry workers, and raise costs for American families building or renovating their homes. Attacking responsibly managed, sustainably sourced Canadian wood products under the guise of national security is both unwarranted and highly harmful. These actions undermine one of the most integrated and mutually beneficial trade relationships in the world. A call for action is necessary for American and Canadian officials to return to the negotiating table and discuss fair and lasting trade options that will bring stability back to the forestry sector. The impact is dire to Canadian companies that put an $87 billion industry at risk. These Section 232 tariffs lack merit, as Canadian lumber has long been proven not to be a threat to the U.S. national industry. There's going to be more to come on that, hopefully. Our second story is about the burn ban being lifted. So as of October 15th, burn bans and open fires and restrictions on travel and activity have been lifted in the woods in Annapolis County. However, daily burn restrictions remain in place province-wide until the extended wildfire season ends on October 31st. Violations can be upwards of $25,000 for fines. So restrictions include open fires such as campfires, bonfires, brush fires, and other fire not enclosed but uses wood as fuel. These restrictions don't apply to non-wood-burning devices, such as charcoal, gas barbecues, and gas stoves. And we're obliged to really follow these fire restrictions because this year we were tested. Our firefighters were tested, and we need to follow these rules to keep our citizens and forests safe. The tariffs also impact Christmas trees. This next story about Colin Hughes is the president of Hughes Christmas Trees, one of the largest Christmas tree growers in the province. And he is raising alarms as thousands of trees will not be exported to the U.S. this year. Several of his clients from Boston to Florida, Vermont, and Pennsylvania are shifting to buying trees within the U.S. And Hughes says orders are way down and dramatically low. Hughes says the industry is not in a good place this year. So these tariffs affect all aspects of the forestry sector, including Christmas trees that depend on exports. These increased costs can lead to lower demand. It can have job losses and much greater economic impacts to our economy. Bottom line, this Christmas, buy local trees from a Nova Scotia grower. Our next story, Our Trees and Nova Scotia Loyal. We're going to be wrapping up our final weekend for the Our Trees campaign at the Wolfville Farmers Market this Saturday. So join us with Nova Scotia Loyal and grab a complimentary seedling. All we ask is that you plant them. Trees are really essential to our lives here in Nova Scotia because they provide oxygen, they suck in carbon dioxide, they protect our waters and ecosystems, support biodiversity, and they provide essential products for our lives, building houses and some of our personal care products for us and around the world. Trees are essential. This is just one thing you can do. Come get a seedling at Wolfville, plant it. The Forest Products Association of Canada will be holding their 2025 policy conference next week in Ottawa. Stay tuned for our news broadcast next week, where we're actually going to be talking about some of the results from that conference. That's your Forestry Nova Scotia News update for this week. Stay tuned for more stories shaping our province's forest economy.